global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Some few hours ago, Ibas went to church to thank the Most High God for a wonderful and successful timing, and of course, two most prominent persons that one expects to see, the likes of Fubara and Wike, were conspicuously very absent, and they decided to send a note of warning to them both and also to reverence as they decide to give God the most high all the thanks for a successful time. But this is the charge he left with them. But before we go into the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, according to according to Ibas, the sole administrator of Rivers State, he said, today as a people we return thanks to God for preserving our lives, granting us peace, and allowing the successful conduct of the local government council elections across the state, and thus laying the foundation for the return of democratic governance to Rivers State, he said. Now, in his address at the event, the sole administrator said that at the moment, our beloved state stood at a crossroad, torn by divisions, instability, and broken trust. By God's grace and with the support of Mr. President and all of you, we have walked through those difficult days together. Now, quoting some Bible scriptures or Bible passages, he said, Thanksgiving is a solemn testimony of God's faithfulness to the state, saying that we have survived storms, political, social, economic, and through it all, God has been faithful. Now, the seed of reconciliation have been planted. These seeds need your deliberate nurture to take root. Our collective sacrifices and commitment to peace are what we must all strive to guard at the moment or at this time. My brothers and sisters, this ecumenical center, which is the venue of the event, is itself a symbol of unity. Different denominations under one roof, lifting up one voice to one God. In the same spirit, Rivers people must rise above bitterness, rivalry, and self-interest to pursue the greater good of our state. Now, the progress and prosperity of Rivers State must be placed above personal or partisan interest. I make a special appeal to all our political actors. Shield your sword. Politics must never be an excuse to destroy the very state we are called to serve. The progress and prosperity of Rivers State must be placed above personal or partisan interest. Rivers State cannot afford another season of division and acrimony. We must forgive one another, reconcile with sincerity, and embrace tolerance. Let us remember that no political victory or personal gain is worth the blood of our brothers and sisters. He added that forgiveness and reconciliation and healing should be embraced, because where there is peace, there is progress, and where there is love, there is prosperity. Ibas called on the youth as he described them as the strength of Rivers State, while urging them not to allow themselves to be used as tools for violence. He remarked, and I quote again, channel your energy into building, creating, and sustaining peace. Your future, our collective future, depends on it. While effort at peace and reconciliation takes hold, Ibas urged all stakeholders, leaders, elders, political actors, and the citizens alike to put Rivers State first. Let us guard the peace we have, nurture it with love, and grow it with stability. Let's grow it with stability and prosperity for generations yet unborn. Our elders must continue to guard with wisdom. Our faith leaders must sustain prayers for peace. Our young people must commit to learning, working, and creating, so that Rivers State will continue to shine as the treasure base of the nation. On this Thanksgiving Day, I thank God Almighty for His mercy. I thank Mr. President for his leadership and unwavering support. I thank every Rivers man and woman for their patience, support, and understanding through the last 6 months. My beloved people of Rivers State, as we look forward to the future, let us dedicate ourselves and our land to God Almighty. May Rivers State remain a shining light of hope, stability, and progress in Nigeria, he concluded. Those were the words of Ibas, the sole administrator of Rivers State. My colleague is in the house. What's your take concerning what Ibas is saying, and the fact that, do you think that they will adhere to this charge he has given to both of them, and to the youth at large and Rivers as a whole? And do you think that if this charge holds or doesn't hold, do you think he'll be coming back again very soon?
Well, the truth remains that any wine in an old cover skin was surely busted. The reason why most people are not even giving in to anything he's saying is because how you came was totally unconstitutional. And whatever you are saying makes no sense, because let's tell ourselves the truth. Ibas did not contribute 1% to the reconciliation. So he doesn't even have the power to say anything. He didn't contribute 1% idea to the whole thing. And when he didn't walk behind the scene, because I know so well that if there was anything that like a closed door meeting, there's no way that journalists wouldn't have captured it. There was no closed door meeting with Wike. There was no closed door meeting with Fubara. There was no closed door meeting for all of them. Neither did the president bother to invite him during the time when that issue was being resolved between Wike and Fubara. So automatically he was very valuable. He was of no value. What he was just doing there was to be that unconstitutional personality that was there to do the biddings of the president. So for me, whatever he's saying, the people will not listen to it because for them it doesn't make sense. But however, it's important for us to know that as at now, there are more pressing issues that Riverians are looking up to. He has said his own thing, just like somebody just making noise, but it doesn't even add any value, because the truth is he was not a constitutionally elected body to do all of that. That's
one last question. Do you think that when Fubara comes in, well, I personally don't think that Fubara want to go against his Oga. But do you think when Fubara comes in, that the drama will begin all over again for those who are not pleased by the process of the election and the other godfathers? Do you think they will rise up and do the needful?
Well, I think when Fubara comes on board, this is my speculation, which I feel it's 80% correct. Fubara will be on the very quiet side. That's number one. He's going to be on the very quiet side because he knows that it's a case of once a master, but now he's returning as a puppet. So he's going to come in there very quiet. Will try to evade, or let me say, will try to avoid any confrontation with the media. Because, the media has a way of turning the tides, He will do everything to make sure that he doesn't grant any media, and will warn even those who's going to be working with him. Because a lot of people there are a lot of things for him to explain. Number one, for example, the list from Abuja will be there for him to respond to, but, so many other things.
Do you think he can even have control over his boys? They loved him because of who he was, but now it's no longer what he's going to look like. Do you think he can even have control over those his so-called boys?
Now, what is going to be happening is the boys do not really know what is going on. That's the truth. They don't know what's really going on. So when he comes in, and I know very well that he won't open up, he will keep telling them because of peace, so because of peace, because of peace. That's why he did what he did. So the people, they'll give him a short period of time to see his actions, see his reactions, and one by one, it's like a project that has come to an end. Gradually, people will be leaving. So that particular thing, Fubara, has come to an end. That's politically in the life of many of them. So gradually, people will just be leaving him one after the other, and then they will be hopeful that there will be an emergence of another formidable force, that will fight everything that is going on. But I know that force I can't predict how that form of force will come, because we all know who Wike is. It's always my man that must be there. He will make sure that all the other political parties are well frustrated, except if ADC comes up. But right now, if you listen, we've been hearing feedback from Bolaji Abdullahi, the spokesperson. He says something that up till now, INEC is yet to okay the list of their state chairmen and members of their working committee at the state level. So, all of that will give a lot of issues. But however, that's the situation of things from my perspective.
All right, that's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's brainstorm in our comment section. What's your